So today I thought I would walk you through all the steps involved in going from interested to licensed foster parent. And if you're at all interested in this, I would recommend that you come attend an interest meeting. We do these every so often. They're about an hour long. And we talk about both what it's like to be a foster parent and what it's like to become a foster parent. Those two things are more different than you might expect. And we make sure we leave plenty of time to answer questions. And after that, if you're ready to move forward, we'll send you home with a giant paper application that looks like this, and you'll be off and running. Now, there's a lot of stuff in here, and we divide it for, I guess, ease of use into 3 sections. So everything on this side is forms that we need back from you in order to start the application process. It basically opens a file for you and lets us know that you're serious, you're ready to go forward. Now, there's a lot of stuff here, but it's really 4 distinct things. There's a home study application. There's a questionnaire for each adult in the house. Most households have 2 adults, so there's 2 in here by default. We can get you more or less if you need that. And a background check form. So that's all the things on the left, and this stuff opens a file for you. Here in the middle, these are not so much forms that we need from you, but reference material. You know, washed out here. Let's try that. There we go. But reference material, things that we give to you so that you know what's coming. Like, for example, here's a checklist that we made that has the list of all the things that you're going to need and at what point in the application process you're going to need them. We also have, this is the checklist that the state of Washington wants us to use when we do the inspection. And here is a list of assistance that's available for foster families, and that form is 2 pages long. So all the stuff in the middle is things like that. It's reference material, things that might be useful when to answer questions for you as you go along. And then in the back section here, this is all stuff that we're gonna need eventually, but we don't need necessarily on day 1. We're gonna need them before our final meeting with you. It's things like, there's a domestic partnership history form. There's a form that's used to create a plan if both parents in the house work. How are you going to handle childcare? It's things like that. So it's stuff that we'll need before the process is complete, but we don't necessarily need on day 1. So that's the 3 sections. There's the application, and it also has Ryan's card on it. So if you have any questions, you can call him, text him, email him. So first is the interest meeting, and then is the paper application, and then the third step is training. The pre-foster parenting class that we use here in Washington State is called Caregiver Core Training, or CCT for short. It has an acronym because that's the rule. It's 24 hours long, and it's usually taught on 2 weeks of weeknights, or a series of all-day Saturdays. So like 8 weekday evenings or 4 Saturdays. And we do it about 4 times a year. Skookum, does it about 4 times a year, twice in the fall and twice in the spring. And the Alliance for Child Welfare Excellence does it as well in places all over the state. They're called the Alliance for short. No acronym though, which is against the rules, so someone should really look into that. The way CCT is built, if you only take part of the class with one organization and part of the class with another organization, it'll work. The class is the same, the module is the same across all organizations. So you can piece together based on your schedule and when you're available, like 2 days at a Skookum class and 2 days in Alliance class, and then back to Skookum class to finish. All of that is just great. Link in the description of dates and locations for upcoming CCT classes all across the state. So interest meeting, application, CCT or training, and then the final step, the 4th step, is a home study. Now, this is the part that is scary to a lot of people, and there's really no reason for it to be scary. A home study is basically a written report about your family that includes information about your history and your parenting skills and why you want to be foster parents, and how you've made your home safe for the kinds of kids that you want to care for. This report is written by your licensor at Skookum. We have 2 folks who write home studies, Ryan and Becca, though if you're watching this video in the future, there's likely probably more than 2 people. And whoever does your home study will be your single point of contact at Skookum. Now, that's one of the things that makes Skookum unique, because, you know, you decide to work with us, you are going to have one single point of contact. It will be the person that you get to know through the application process, and that person will be your person. That's the person who will get to know you, and you'll get to know them, and you'll have a relationship, and their whole job will be to represent you and help you navigate and translate and understand what's going on and know what to expect next. That will be their job, is to take great care of you. And one of the first things that they'll do is meet with you a bunch of times and ask you some questions, and meet with your kids and ask your spouse some questions and meet with them, and do all of that interviewing in order to create a written report about your family that's called a home study. These steps, the interest meeting, the application, the training, the home study, they're not necessarily sequenced. The only thing that matters is that the application, all the stuff over here on this side must precede the home study. That's the only part of this process that is sequenced. The rest of it, you can do it in whatever order. If you want to go to CCT and then wait a couple months and then do the application, you can do that. You want to do the application and get the home study going and then go to CCT, you can do that. It's whatever order is convenient for you. Usually the factor that matters most is when CCT classes are available and how that's going to harmonize with your family's schedule. Also, if you can't make an interest meeting, or if you look at Skookum's website and you don't see one scheduled, don't wait. Reach out to me, rd3@skookumkids.org. Also, link in the description about how to get a hold of me. And I can do a one-on-one, super exclusive and private, just for you interest meeting. So, and we can do it over coffee or beers, your choice, and I buy. So there you go. Look at that. There's a reflection in the glass. Everybody's going to be able to see me reading off my notes. Oh, maybe not.